1300 WIMG and WPHY Channel 25 proudly presents today's topic on Trenton Talks. Today's topic is a program that discusses the topics that are important to you. And now, today's topic.
Hello, friends, and welcome to today's topic. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. You can find out more about what I'm doing as the host of this program by visiting the website Trenton365.com and following us on Facebook, Trenton365 Show, as well as on Twitter at Trenton365. You can also visit the WIMG website, WIMG1300.com. Follow us on Twitter as well, at WIMG1300. We're also on Facebook as well. In the studio with me for the next hour, we'll have several key leaders and representatives of the Trenton African American Cultural Festival, which will be taking place this coming weekend, which is Saturday, August 15th. And in the studio with me right now is the director of the Bishop's Choir, Corey Shipley. Corey, thank you for a couple of minutes of your time, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Excellent, Corey.
Yeah.
So let's get right into talking about who you are, what you do, the choir, and then what to expect at the Trenton African American Cultural Festival 2015.
Well, once again, I'm Corey Shipley, the director of the Bishop's Choir. We hail from the Grace Cathedral Fellowship Ministries on 1217 S. Howard Woodson Way, right here in the city of Trenton. Our pastor is Bishop Jerome S. Wilcox. We've been singing for a while. We have 4 CDs out, and we're just coming on a Saturday to do what we do. And that's praise God.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is actually the first time we've actually sung on this fest. And anytime we get a chance to sing home is good. And we hopefully we come out in full numbers and just do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Pastor Wilcox.
Yeah.
He's been a part of my life for quite some time. He was the principal at Fisher Junior High School in Ewing Township, where I was, and his lovely wife was my first grade teacher at Antal School.
Right, yeah.
And his daughter was, while she was in college at Trenton State College, currently known as the College of New Jersey, she was actually one of the student teachers. So I'm well familiar with the Wilcox family, and they've been a staple here in this region for quite some time. So I want you to talk more about you as a musician, as a performer, and leading up the Bishop's Choir.
Okay, well, me personally, I got started in music at the age of 5. My father was a drummer for a local band here in the city, and the story goes that I went in the basement and just started playing the drums. And so my father recognized that I had a gift, and my grandparents also recognized and they just put me in a music school, different things like that. And then from there, I actually played what you can call my first professional gig at the age of 7. Yeah, and that was with, he would be my father-in-law, but he passed away a while ago, but his name was Joe Miller, and he carried me around at the age of 7 playing the drums for his group, in and out of the city, a whole lot of places. So I've been doing it for a while. I've had the privilege of playing. I played for 16 or 17 years with Professor Craig Hayes, who's a DJ here at WIMG. I played for him for about 16, 17 years, traveling in and out of the country with him. And then with the Bishop's Choir, we came on the scene, I want to say it was maybe 1999. Well, no, I'm sorry. We recorded our first CD in 1999, but we released it in 2000. And it was basically a CD to commemorate the church's 25th anniversary. And so it came out, and not knowing that it would do what it did, and it impacted everywhere. We still to this day get play from that CD on I think it's called Music Choice. Those channels on the cable stations, they still play one of our songs from the first CD on that station. We get airplay all over the place. We've been able to travel as far as west as California, as far as south as Florida. We've been doing it for a while. And, one thing about us, we recognize that, it's good to go out to sing to the masses, but we realize that our first goal is to sing at our home church. They say, charity begins at home and then spreads abroad. So, our Sundays to sing is first and third Sunday. So, I don't tell people to meet us where we go sing when we go out. Meet us on Sunday morning, at the church, 1217, we'll be there singing first and third Sunday. And that's where it begins for us. And I think the reason why God has blessed us to be able to stay afloat in the industry is because, that's what we realize. We realize that, it begins at home. We're faithful to Bishop Jerome S. Wilcox and the Grace Cathedral Church.
That's fantastic. So Corey, I'm speaking with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir, which is based out of Trenton, New Jersey. Corey, how can people find out more about your performing, possibly purchasing music, et cetera? Is there a website, social media links, et cetera?
Two of our projects are on iTunes. Well, they're on all media sites that you can get music through, whether it be Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all those type of digital stores. You can get it through there. Also, if you want a hard copy, you can call the manager, which is Darren Oliver. His number is 609-851-4295. That's Darren Oliver, and that's 609-851-4295. And let him know, that you want a CD or whatever it is, and he'll get it to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Corey Shipley, you spoke about how at a young age you got your first paying gig, at 7 years old, but you had an attraction to the drums.
Yes.
And you grew up in a household where your father was a musician as well. So you're the second generation as a musician. What would you like to share with the parents, or to the parents who have a young person in their house or in their life who shows some interest in a musical instrument or an extracurricular activity? What would you like to say to them as far as an encouragement?
I would definitely say that if you see that twinkle in their eye, to get behind them. Not that my family was rich or anything like that, but my whole family made sacrifices to make sure that I had what I needed to make what I need happen. Whether if it was I was asked to go, out of state or something like that, they made sacrifices to make sure I had the right equipment. It's one thing, to be a little kid and you go to a gig and your stuff is shabby, everybody laughing at you. But, my parents, my aunts and my uncle, my grandparents, they made sure that I had good equipment, and they invested into my career, as a child, and even up to now. There's some things that I might need a little help with. They still have my back. My whole family has my back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Corey, I'm glad that you said invest.
Yeah,
Because investment is truly what it is. Whether it's, generally when we think about investment, we think about a financial institution buying a stock, buying a bond, but actually spending time and investing, what you have into the young people to show them. Again, you're a second generation musician. To me, that's a legacy already. So congratulations and kudos to you and your family for that.
Thank you.
But regarding the investment, folks, I think that it's really important for us to consider all different types of investment, whether that is investing in the whole buy local campaign, meaning you have an opportunity to buy your eggs and your milk. Well, there's plenty of dairy farms that are in this region that they have CSAs, that you can actually possibly work with them. It's going to actually do different things for establishing the economy here, and also encouraging other people to continue to do what they want to do, so that we don't have to go out and look for the big boxes and so forth. And there's lots of different studies that have been done about how much money stays in the local economy when you actually buy from a small business that may use an artist who's local to paint their facility, or
Right.
use a carpenter or something like that, or even you need entertainment. How about reaching out to the Bishop's Choir
Right,
for
right.
your next event,
Right.
as opposed to going and buying a bunch of tracks and having just someone play them on your own? So I've got a couple of questions here
Okay.
that I want you to talk about as far as the actual industry goes.
Okay.
I mean, because we're around music all the time, and obviously, if someone's listening to or watching the program, they have some interest in entertainment. So, talk about the diversity. How important it is as you're learning music and you're learning the industry to listen to lots of different artists, how they perform, different types of music, etc.
Well, I think that is very important to become a diverse listener, and also a diverse musician, or whether it could be singing. I know for myself, growing up, it was either church or it was George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelics, because that's all my father listened to. So, I tell people I had the best of both worlds, because throughout the week I would hear my grandmother's the church records, whether it be James Cleveland or the Caravans or something like that. And then when I went over to my dad's house, I had George Clinton, I had Chicago, I had Earth, Wind and Fire. So I listened to all that, the good music. And then as I got older, and went to Trenton High, I ran into some of my Spanish buddies, and they put me down with the Latin music. And then I had a teacher by the name of Pucciati. Pucciati put me on to a lot of the choral music and a lot of the orchestrated music. So all those different genres of music definitely has helped me throughout the course of my career. Myself personally, I've had the privilege of going on tour with Michael McDonald. Also, I did a couple shows with the Judds. So being able to become diverse really helps you, in all aspects, because you never know what you're going to get called for. You never know. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm speaking with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir, which is based out of Trenton, New Jersey. A simple internet search for the Bishop's Choir, Trenton, New Jersey, will tie you into all the social media links, etc., so you can hear more of their music and actually hopefully even book them for a gig. But you can also call their manager, Darren Oliver, 609-851-4295. 609-851-4295. The Bishop's Choir manager, Darren Oliver. So, Corey, I want you to shift gears a little bit. I want to go a little bit deeper talking about the logistics of the profession. Okay. And, generally, just like anything else, a young person goes to school, they get a degree, and they think, okay, that automatically entitles me to this amount of money, and I'm going to get this job. We know that with the economy, that's not how it works. And then for the other professions, like people who are in entertainment or in media, like myself, we have even what I consider a more difficult time, because it's not so much a paved path. So just speak a little bit about the logistics of being a professional musician and how much effort you have to put into it.
You have to put a lot of effort into it. It's practice, it's your attitude, and preparation. And I don't include practice and preparation together. And the reason why I don't do that is because you got to know the music, and you got to practice the music, but you got to prepare yourself to be able to go out in the world and handle yourself, because there's a lot of things you come up against, while you're out there in the industry. Myself, I have a very strong church background, so I know, there's been times, I was out, and there's some things that I know I'm not into, but I know that because I prepared myself for it, I knew that I wouldn't be interested to go out there and might mess up. So, like I said, you got to have practice, you got to have preparation, and your attitude. Your attitude is a lot. A lot of times in the industry, you can have the best chops, you can have the best riffs, the whole nine. But if your attitude is bad, nobody wants to hear you, nobody wants to be around you, and you'll never get a gig.
Mm-hmm. And that's a perfect segue to the first break of the program. You're listening to today's topic. I'm your host, Jacque Howard, also the host of the Trenton 365 show, heard over WYMG on Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. You're also listening, or watching, should I say, over WPHY Channel 25, Mercer County, New Jersey. I'm speaking with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir based out of Trenton, New Jersey. More information will be shared after a very, very short break. Thank you.
I'm here to give you an endorsement for the most amazing sound system I've ever experienced. We installed in our home a device called the Sonos Wireless Music System. And to quote their own slogan, all the music on earth in every room wirelessly is an understatement. With the Sonos sound system, you've got practically the entire music library in the world at your fingertips. You can access anything from stored music on your hard drive to your favorite radio stations and other great services like Pandora, Rhapsody, Sirius XM, and more. You can even listen to different music in different rooms or outside on your patio. Listen, if you love music and you want to have access to all the music in the world at your fingertips, call right now for free information about the Sonos wireless sound system. Call 800-819-8311. 800-819-8311. 800-819-8311. That's 800-819-8311.
Back to today's topic. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. You can find out more about some of the things that I'm doing through Trenton 365 by visiting our website, Trenton365.com, on Facebook, Trenton 365 Show, and on Twitter at Trenton 365. You're listening to us over WIMG 1300 AM dial, of course, and you can watch us on television, which you are, at WPHY Channel 25, Mercer County, New Jersey. I'm with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir based out of Trenton, New Jersey. Senior pastor Jerome S. Wilcox, who I've known for a very long time. He was the principal when I was a young person in junior high school. His wife was my first grade teacher at Antal Elementary School in Ewing Township, and his lovely daughter was also a teacher while she was at Trenton State College. So it's nice to see how things kind of come all the way around. So Corey, we were talking earlier about some of the history, about who you are and how you got involved in music, and you so eloquently spoke about you being the second generation, about your father and your grandparents and all those different things. So that's wonderful, and kudos to them. So hopefully they're watching and listening. So shout out to Corey Shipley's grandparents and parents as well. So I want to talk now in the next 15 minutes or so specifically about the Trenton African American Cultural Festival and the Bishop's Choir being involved in that. So first of all, what does it mean to be able to play a festival close to home?
Oh, it's great. Normally a lot of artists really don't get the chance to perform at home. Back in the day, we had the what was that? Heritage Day. We used to have Heritage Day back in the day, and Sunday that was Gospel Day. But we had so many people, gospel wise, everybody couldn't hit the stage, and so when they kind of got away from that, the only time you really see a gospel artist in Trenton is if there's a concert or something going on. So you really don't hit the masses. And when I say masses, I'm not talking about the church community. I'm talking about everybody. So for us on Saturday, I think it's a great thing because number one, we haven't done it. We have never done it. And just to be invited to perform, it's a humbling thing because we like to sing at home. We like to sing at home, and we plan on coming out there and having a great time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So again, kudos to the Trenton African American Cultural Festival. Visit the website TAAFC.org. R.E.A.C.H, C as in Charlie, F as in Foxtrot.com. It'll be the whole list, all the information about the festival, vendors who will be there, sponsors, partnerships, etc. Trenton 365 will be there in some capacity, walking around, doing interviews, etc. But Corey Shipley, how can people find out more about the Bishop's Choir? How can they hear your music? And then I want you to talk about what's going to be on tap for your performance on Saturday at the 5th Annual Trenton African American Cultural Festival.
You can hear our music. Well, if you listen to WIMG, they play our music all day. But if you want to pick up a CD, or you like your music on your phone or your iPad or whatever it is, you can pick it up. iTunes, Google Play, CD Baby, Amazon, Spotify. What's the other one? I think it's called Reverb Nation. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch of places that play our music that we don't know about, but you can find it if you go online, and it's there. If you go on YouTube, there's hundreds of performances of us on YouTube. If you want to catch a live experience, just go on YouTube and type us in the Bishop's Choir, or either the Bishop's Choir of Trenton, New Jersey. So we're all over YouTube. And once again, if you want a hard copy of the CDs, you can contact Darren Oliver, 609-851-4295. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, the Bishop's Choir, I would assume, knowing Pastor Wilcox, I would assume that there's probably a lot of traditional that's done, but there's also a wide range of current and original music as well. Is that accurate?
There is, but one thing I can say, being that Bishop Wilcox, his daughter Jean Rawls, if you're listening, what's up, Jean? She is the minister of music at the church, and because of her love of music, and Bishop once again investing into her life, and her doing great things in music, we have a real diverse music selection, and like you said, we tradition, we could do that all day, but if you pick up a CD, you're liable to hear some funk, you're liable to hear some bebop, you're liable to hear a musical experience, just not, and it's all Christian, but it's not all limited to choir robes. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, Saturday, I'm in my head, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and I want to go all high energy. So that's my plan. So if you listening, choir, we going out. Saturday's going to be a blast.
I'm speaking with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir based out of Trenton, New Jersey. And Darren Oliver is the choir manager, 609-851-4295. You can get hard copies of their music from him, and you can also handle booking from him as well.
Oh, yeah.
So Corey, you mentioned earlier that some of your influences were what you heard from your grandparents, also what you heard from your dad. You mentioned P-Funk and so forth. What are you listening to right now?
Right now, on my phone, I got an iPhone, so they just put out, I think it's called iMusic or something like that. So I've been able to listen to a lot of stuff that I wouldn't normally listen to. So I've been listening to a lot of orchestra music, and then the last few CDs that I purchased on my phone, been listening to P.J. Morton. He's an artist out of, well, I don't know if he's all the way in Atlanta, but I know he's originally from New Orleans. But P.J. Morton, a guy named Anthony Brown, and Group Therapy out of the D.C. area, and also Karen Clark Sheard. So that's in my rotation right now. But normally, I'm listening to a little bit of everything. I'm not into rap either, But that was it Straight Outta Compton record? That's all right with me. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So something else I want you to chat a little bit about is how do you transition from a young person trying to get into the business to making that step to it being a career? I mean, sure, you can go the traditional route and go to school, further your education, higher learning institutions, etc. But what would you like to say to the young people? Maybe someone who's not cut out for traditional books and studying that, but they have like an affinity for music and for performing.
Oh wow. It's funny you said that about not being cut out for books. I was actually kicked out of school, out of high school. And my guidance counselor told my parents that my life would never amount to anything. And from that day to this point of my life, I've been out to prove her wrong. And I said that to say to anybody, don't allow anybody to kill your dreams. Whether you have a dream to be a doctor, whether you have a dream to be a lawyer, or whether you have a dream to be a public speaker, or whether you have a dream to come here to the radio station and to do interviews. Whatever it is, don't let people kill your dreams. And I, at one point in time in my life, I sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm giving up. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? If I give up, I'm letting her win. And I refuse to let any ill spoken things over my life win. And at an early age, people used to tell my parents, you shouldn't let him play and keep him out, doing different things. And throughout my whole life, my parents can say that they never had to go down to the Trenton police station to come get me. Because that seed was sown into my life, and I was able to maintain and keep a level head and do what I need to do. And I tell people this all over the country: don't let nobody kill your dreams, because like I said, in 1992, the woman told my parents. She said he'll never amount to anything. But I stand here today. I own my own record label. I have several songs out on many different A-line artists CDs, and I got a family. I'm not in jail. I'm not one of the statistics. So for anybody that's trying to do anything, don't allow anybody to kill your dreams, and you just set your goal, and like the Bible says, press towards the mark of the high calling, which is in Jesus Christ. And if you keep that goal in mind and press toward the mark, there's nothing that you can't conquer.
That's awesome. And I'm going to piggyback on that because I had a similar situation. We've got just a couple minutes left, and I'll get you a chance to close out. But I had a guidance counselor who told me I had to pick one thing off of a sheet of paper that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I think I was a young person, probably 12, 13, 14 years old, in that range. And I was devastated because I didn't see anything on that list that I wanted to do. And it took me until adulthood to realize that my life is my life. I can make it anything that I want.
Right.
And so for the educators that are out there, please be careful with the words that you share. It's motivation to us now because we're moving forward. But you may be stifling someone and stifling and pushing them in a direction that is part of the problem with our culture. So I'm speaking with Corey Shipley, who is the director of the Bishop's Choir based out of Trenton, New Jersey. They're one of the many acts that are going to be performing at the Trenton African American Cultural Festival this coming weekend, August 15th at historic Cadwallader Park. More information can be found on the website, TAACF, that's Charlie Foxtrot.com, and you can find out more about the Bishop's Choir by contacting their manager, Darren Oliver, 609-851-4295. Corey, final words before we sign off on today's topic.
Just meet us, everybody. Meet us at 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at the fest, and it's going down.
Fantastic. Of course,
Yes,
Shipley,
sir.
thank you for coming on to the program.
Thank you. Thank
My
you.
name is Jacque Howard. I'm the creator and host of the Trenton 365 show. Also going to be hosting In the Public Interest and Today's Topic on WPHY Channel 25. More information can be found by visiting the WIMG website, WIMG1300.com. Follow us on Twitter at WIMG1300, and you can go to the website for Trenton 365, Trenton365.com. Follow us on Twitter as well at Trenton 365, and we'll be back after a short break for segment number 2, Today's Topic.
Are you nearing eligibility for Medicare benefits? Then you know now is an important time in your life. Medicare can be a complicated puzzle. The wrong choice can cost you money, and you may be locked into the plan until the annual enrollment period. And the right choice may save you money and maximize your Medicare benefits all year long. Let the Health Markets Insurance Agency help you. With one free phone call, a licensed insurance agent will help you find a Medicare plan that's right for your medical needs and budget. Call now to learn more. 800-576-4262. 800-576-4262. If you're now eligible for Medicare, call today to discuss your options. 800-576-4262. 800-576-4262. Health Markets Insurance Agency is a DBA or assumed name of InSphere Insurance Solutions Incorporated, which is an authorized insurance agency in all 50 states and the District of Columbia. Not all agents are licensed to sell all products. Service and product availability varies by state.
Need a truck to move? Let Justin's rental of Selman's Eagle save the day. Justin's has the right trucks for all commercial and residential moves. Justin's has the right moving supplies and boxes available. Justin's rental at Selman's Eagle has everything you need for your move at affordable prices. Featuring the best in pickup trucks, 10 and 15 box trucks and vans. Justin's rental at Selman's Eagle is located at 2596 South Broad Street, across from the McDonald's in Hamilton. For your rental truck needs, call 609-888-3327. That's 609-888-3327. Justin's rental at Selman's Eagle. If you're moving, we have the trucks to meet your moving needs.
Why spend more than you have to on your life insurance? Did you know that term life insurance rates have fallen over 60% in the last 15 years? At the Life Insurance Quote Line, we monitor the rates, features, and financial strength of hundreds of life insurance products. For example, a healthy 40-year-old can protect his family with $500,000 of 10-year level term for less than $20 a month. Rates for women are even lower.